Hey guys, it's Tracy from Nova Scotia Living, and today I'm going to make a beef stew. It's pretty chilly out here in Nova Scotia, and we have a couple of roast beefs here my husband picked up, and I thought I'll just make a nice big batch of hearty beef stew. So right now what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do this in the oven too, so you can do it on the stove top, but I'm doing it in the oven today. I'm going to chunk up this roast beef, and I have a bowl here. It's about a cup of flour in there because I like to coat all the chunks of beef, and then we're going to fry it up. So I'm going to get started, and I'll bring you back when it's ready to sizzle. Guys, I have the beef all chopped up and coated with that flour. I tried to knock off as much as the loose flour as I could. Oh, this tripod is not my normal one. Maze! You want a banana? Alright, just hold your horses. So I just turned these burners on, and I'm going to bring the oil up to so like it's good and hot. And then we're just going to sear these pieces of beef before we make it into a nice slow roasting stew. So I'll bring you back in a minute. Alright, well, they're starting to smoke, so I know they're good and hot. So now what we're going to do, let me put the screen up so I can see. Misha just got home from Sunday school. Yeah, that's starting to sizzle. We don't want to put it in when the oil's cold because it'll just get all that oily taste, because we want this to sear. I turned it down when Misha came home so it wouldn't get too hot. But yeah, we're not going to cook this beef all the way through. We just want to get it nice and brown on, try to get it on all sides, but it's kind of hard to do when there's a whole bunch. So. Alright guys, this pan is pretty much seared up, as much as I can get it. I don't want to cook it all the way through. I want it still good and bloody on the inside. So I'm going to dump this into that glass bowl over there and bring that frying pan over here because this burner seems to get hotter. And I'm just going to do the same to that. So I'll bring it back when it's all ready to be put into that glass bowl. Alright, you've seen that I dumped the beef from the pan in that glass bowl into my roaster, because that's what I'm going to make the stew in. And if I had the wood fire going here in the kitchen, I would do it on the wood fire, but I'm not going to today because it's chilly out, but it's not that chilly. And I don't have any of my homemade beef broth, but I have some turkey bone broth, so I'm going to open a few jars of that and add it to the pan of beef, and then add some beef bouillon concentrate to it. So. Okay guys, I just dug out some thyme and rosemary and onion powder, and I'm going to add some of this to the roaster. It seems like a lot of liquid, but we're going to put this beef in the oven between, well, I'd say 325, 350 for about an hour and a half, and covered, that is, and it's going to make this beef really tender. And after that time, that's when we add our vegetables. But I'll bring you back when I'm prepping the vegetables, because I like to do them a certain way. But in regards to the spices, or herbs and spices, use what you like. Use what your family likes. This just kind of goes with it for me. Not everybody likes it. Maybe a teaspoon. It's a big turkey roaster, guys. This is onion powder. I don't hold back on the onion. That was thyme, and here's a bit of rosemary. And I gotta see if I have any bay leaves up there. And I'll put a couple of those suckers in there. Alright, I found my bay leaves. I have the burner turned on. I just want to bring this up so it's good and hot, and then I'll stick it in the oven. I'm not going to boil it for any length of time, but I want it good and hot when it goes in the oven. I might put a couple of peppercorns in here too. You could put red wine, you could put some beer in here. I have beer, but I'd rather drink it than cook with it today. Just kidding, guys. I'm not drinking beer now, but just saying. Just saying. Where is my peppercorns? Oh, nope. Oh, maybe I don't have any. I could take some out of my pepper grinder. Let me just double check up here. No. Just a couple of peppercorns. There. Yeah, I don't need that. So I'll stick this in the oven. And I'll bring you back in about an hour and a half. Alright guys, that timer just went off for the stew, or the stew beef, but I just got done peeling the carrots and potatoes. I'm about to chop up some onions and celery too, and I'm going to kind of fry these a little bit, just like I did the beef, just to start the cooking process. They're certainly by no means going to be all cooked, but you can use olive oil or bacon fat. I have a little bit of pork back fat. I'm just going to hack off a chunk and throw it in there, and just I'll season it up a little bit with some like salt and pepper, and yeah, we'll go from there. Alright, I ended up having to divide the vegetables into 2 pans because there was just so much. But I put a hunk of pork fat in each, right there. I'll take it out after, but yeah, I'm going to add a little salt to this. And a little bit of pepper, and that just kind of gives them that roasted kind of texture, flavor. It just wakes the vegetable up. So let's see here. Oh, my tripod is missing a knob. Ooh. Now a little bit of pepper. We're going to add mushrooms to this too, guys, but I add those in when the stew is almost done. So. And if I had turnip, I'd add it to this too, but I don't. Oh, I do have some parsnip. I might add that. Okay. Just peel one. Alright, I'm going to take that roaster out of the oven. Ooh. Open it away from me. Oh, it smells good. It smells good. I'm just going to stir That broth has thickened up some because of that flour on the meat. Oh, this is gonna be good, guys. I'll take you off the tripod if I can figure out how with this one. We got another little addition here, guys, a little teeny tiny one, so it's been hard juggling everything. But look at that broth, it's thickened up quite a bit. So now what I'm going to do is add those frying pans of vegetables, which you can see are kind of charred. They're not burnt, they're a little charred, but it just adds that extra boost of flavor. It's going to be good. I'm even going to add yeah, I might just leave that. No, I'm going to take the back that out. That's fine. So yeah, let me put you back and then I'll add the stuff all together. I need to mix this up good. I like my stews good and hearty, nice and chunky and thick. Some people like it a little thinner, more brothy, but it's all a matter of preference. So these vegetables aren't cooked. They're still pretty hard. I'm going to put this back in the oven with the lid on for about 45 minutes. Oh geez. It fell. I'm sorry guys, I didn't see that. I'm going to put this back in the oven for about 45 minutes and then I'm going to take it out and add a few mushrooms and stick it back in. And I'm just going to leave it at 325 and it's going to cook low and slow. It's only 10 to 4. Yeah, we might be eating a little later supper tonight, 5:30, 6 o'clock, but that's okay. It's going to be worth it. So I'll bring you back when it's time to add the mushrooms. Alright, the stew's only been in about 25 minutes, but I'm adding the mushrooms now. They're cremini mushrooms, use whatever you got. And this is, yeah, this isn't an official way to make stew. There's so many different Greek stews out there. That's just what I'm doing. So, I've got my dishwasher going. The baby's gone upstairs to sleep, the little newest one. I forget, little teeny tiny babies sleep most of the time. But look at that rich color. Oh my goodness. You could have well this has lots of vegetables so I'm not going to make any more, but if you didn't have as many vegetables you can make a pot of mashed potatoes and just put the stew right over top of it, like the mashed potatoes. Be like a gravy. So there's those mushrooms added. I'm going to put the cover back on. And you know these vegetables are going to release some juices, right? You know, carrots have stuff, mushrooms have stuff. So it is going to get, it's still going to be thick, but it's going to be, you get the flavors from the vegetables and stuff too. So yeah, let's get this back in the oven. Alright guys, I just took the pan out of the oven. I couldn't wait. There's still 3 minutes left, but I just couldn't wait. It's smelling good. So I'm just going to take the lid off there. I'm just holding you guys. What's that? Just a minute. I'm going to take the lid off. Doesn't that look good? Oh, let me get a different fork here. Does that break easy? Ooh. It was hot. Whew. perfect. It's all cooked. Those potatoes are not, I mean, they're soft. They're certainly not crunchy at all. But they're still holding together, which is good. Were you? So yeah, I'm going to start dishing this up in a few minutes. And butter up some buns and we'll have some supper. Alright guys, well there we have it. A nice piping hot bowl of beef stew. And a bun to go with it. So this is one way that I make beef stew. Thanks for checking us out today, and please like, share, and subscribe. But most important, peace, love, and happiness, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.